So I'm Lorna Sass, and I'm with Steve Sando, Mr. Rancho Gordo, and we're going to try to make some tortillas right now from fresh masa.
Yeah, it's masa we made nixtamal.
Okay, nixtamal, and Steve is very upset at the moment because he's using a plastic tortilla press that he thinks is not very good.
Well, I just picked it up in the store because, you know, in Rancho Gordo we're about to start making tortillas, so we've been experimenting, and my good tortilla press made from mesquite wood is there. I was in the store and I thought, oh, I'll just pick this up. It was cheap. It might be handy. But we're going to see.
So, how did you make the nixtamal?
You take field corn that's not sweet, that's dried, and you cook it with cal or lime, which is a white powder. Then the same thing you do for building buildings and in gardens and things like that. Although there's a food grade version of it.
Okay, glad to hear it.
And then you cook it for about 15 minutes and let it soak overnight. Then you rub the skins off, and it releases the niacin. And they've been studies of why Mexicans who eat 10 times the corn that the Italians do don't suffer from pellagra, where poor Italians who use polenta to fill up do. And
because it releases the niacin.
Niacin. And also I think that skins are really hard to digest, so it's really rough on the system compared to nixtamal, which has been going on for thousands of years. So then I actually have a grinder at the warehouse. And then we ground it.
You grind it while it's still moist?
Well, it's in wet kernels, but it's still pretty dry. It's not wet. And then you add a little
very
bit...
starchy.
Yes, very, exactly. And then,
so what is the texture that you're looking for?
This is still...
after you ground it, did you add more water?
Yes, and this is actually even a little dry too, but it's all right.
Can I feel that?
Yeah. It should be slightly spongy, I'd say. And these cracks probably shouldn't be there.
Oh, meaning it should have a little more...
Yeah, I'm going to add some more water to the masa in a minute.
And it's a little bit of a rough grind in the sense that I'm feeling little big bits of the corn in it.
That's very astute, which is also, you see the little specks. If the grind were finer, you wouldn't see that.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, and that's what you want, though?
No, just... that's the hard part. The camera wasn't going to pick that up more, but now that it has.
These are going to be very imperfect tortillas, which are going to taste delicious.
But they'll be fine, yeah.
It's
the smell, it's wild.
There's a very particular aroma to this corn, and I'm not sure. It's an what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not sure I like it.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
no. To me,
it's an acquired taste. That's what I'm trying to think of. It's an acquired taste. How would you describe it? There's almost like a little funkiness. I don't know.
It's delicious. It's heaven. It's heaven.
Okay.
Here, let's try this while we're waiting here. So this is a little thicker because of this silly thing, but
ideally it would be thin.
That smell doesn't get you? That to me is like so nostalgic, and yet I didn't.
It gets me in the sense of knowing that it's Mexican and very typical.
Isn't that funny?
But for me, it's an acquired taste. This taste.
Yeah. Well, it happens.
But you know, I've never had it this fresh, so I have to say, I find this very lovely.
Yeah.
When you said you're going to be doing this tonight when we were coming over, I was feeling a little nervous, like that I might not like it.
Oh, how funny.
But I actually like this.
In general, you don't care for a corn tortilla then?
It tastes a little funky to me.
How we're friends, I don't know. But you know, we're going to plow on as if that
but I like this.
Good.
This must have a difference, the difference being that it's so fresh.
Yes, and also
maybe I've eaten some that are just like...
Well, also, I don't want to say anything negative about New York, but the state of tortillas in New York is really sad. And
that must be it.
I think a lot of them are from Texas. We have the same problem here, and there's some gum.
This is quite delicious.
When you look at a pack of...
What do you mean gum?
Guar gum.
Guar gum? As like a thickener
or a stabilizer. Yeah, and it keeps... And also, well, commercially, it should say corn, water, and lime. And by lime, it doesn't mean the squeeze of lime. It's not lime flavored. It should mean the cal. And that's only things. And otherwise, you go to the manager and say, you've got to get better tortillas here when you see that. But a lot of times you go to somewhere like, I don't want to say Whole Foods, but if you were in Whole Foods, you'd see 100% organic white corn tortillas, and they're this lurid yellow. And it's because they didn't rinse the cal off, and it lasts longer. And Whole Foods isn't the only one who does that, but it is a nasty little commercial.
Isn't there often a preservative in some of them?
Well, the cal is working as a preservative, so it is natural, but then there's this weird chemical aftertaste that we don't have here at all because we rinsed all the cal off.
This is delicious.
All right, so I just made a tiny little ball. This is the saddest little tortilla press, but you're not going to judge me, I'm sure, but as it breaks. And it made this
normally they would come much thinner.
thinner and the tortillas become bigger. The best ones for casual use are the metal ones. Then there's wood ones that are made out of pine that will break immediately, but then there's wood ones made out of mesquite that are, I think, the best, if you ask me.
So where's the best place to buy them? In Mexico?
Or a lot of times at little Mexican stores they have them.
Okay.
So we're going to have little Chico ones, I guess, because that's what we're going to...
We used to have a wonderful Mexican or Spanish strip, Casa Moneo, in New York City many years ago. But anyway,
well, you know what's a funny thing about New York Mexican food too is people say, I say, how was the restaurant? And I said, well, they didn't make the guacamole at tableside. And I'm thinking, what are you talking about? And this is something Rosa Mexicana did, I guess, and really introduced guacamole at tableside, like, and also as almost you eat it as a salad, I think too, right? I mean, in Mexico, you never would see that in a million years.
Like a little side.
They do it in the kitchen too.
Yeah.
I think it was really clever of Rosa Mexicana, but I have had people in New York complain that a certain restaurant didn't do it, and it's so funny because the standard has been set in New York that doesn't even exist anywhere else.
That is very funny.
So with the tortilla, you want to watch the little edges are going to start to curl up in a minute.
And this is a comal, but it's a metal one, and
yes.
Sometimes you use a clay one, right?
Yes.
But this one is faster.
A lot faster. And with slow cooking, like if it was a stew or something, I wouldn't care, but for tortillas, we might get on with it because we've got a lot to make. And as you can see, it takes a little while. And then you, if this were able to make them thinner, and the masa was a finer grind, it does a lovely little puffing up thing. But we're not going to probably get that. Although, look, and then Diana Kennedy says,
oh, you're getting a little puffing there.
You can tickle it sometimes too.
You're getting a little puffing there.
Yeah. So then what we're going to do then later is we'll have some beautiful, we have some Rio Zape beans that I made using the Lorna Sass technique of pressure cooking. And look how rich they are. And this pot liquor, the bean broth, I allowed it to cook for an extra hour or so on a really low heat. Mm-hmm. And I think
with the beans in it?
Yes. Mm-hmm. So it's a little thicker. It was very watery and very thin, but now I think we're going to be good.
Yeah.
And then we have, here, you can finish that if you want to.
Thank you. I don't want to eat too much before dinner, because then... But the videographer should taste them pretty soon.
That's true.
What are you going to be doing with the chicken you're poaching?
We'll shred it, and we'll make little tacos. Okay. And you can do it al gusto so everyone can have the way they like.
Yeah.
We've also got nopales. We have little cactus petals we cooked already. They're on the table. I have one store-bought salsa, and we're going to make a lovely salsa out of the tomatillos.
Do you want to just tell people what you did?
Yeah, in the comal before, I just put whole tomatillos on. I didn't even take the husks off, because they peel off really nicely now, and it keeps them from burning, and yet this is really soft and ready to cook. This is the onions, slices. I've got garlic. And if you let it rest, you'll get some really nice juice in the bottom that you can use later.
So you're just going to chop them up for a salsa with a little cilantro and lime juice?
Yes, exactly. I'm not 100% sure if we'll chop it up, or maybe we'll put it in the blender.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe we'll use fabulous, maybe I can convince my guests to get involved. This is a pre-conquest design molcajete.
Yeah.
Now, my son and I do arts and crafts, and we save these to put little pictures in. You know, as the frame. Isn't that cute?
Yeah.
So most molcajetes, have a pig's face and 3 legs, and they're very shallow, and it's really hard to get a sauce going. But this is so deep, you really can do a wonderful...
And this is made of volcanic rock.
Yes, and hand done. It's a really beautiful one.
Yeah, you got it in Mexico?
Yes, but I loved it so much we started importing them at Rancho Gordo.
Oh, so you're selling them online?
Only at the store. There's a reason to come to Napa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll take a break now, I think, and when we come back, we'll show you more or less before we eat what it's going to all look like.